You're watching VNA News Bulletin. I'm Vĩnh Hằng from Hanoi with the major stories.
Delegates put trust in the 12-party Center Committee. Export of agroforestry aquatic products hits $2.3 billion. International arrivals to Vietnam surged in January.
Delegates to the National Party Congress expressed their faith in the new party Central Committee's competence and capacity to steer the country towards prosperity with practical decisions and policies.
The list of newly elected members of the 12-party Central Committee was announced on January 26 at a plenary session of the 12th National Party Congress. The new party Central Committee has 200 members, comprising 180 official members and 20 alternate ones. 100 members of the 11 committee stayed in the new committee, including 7 Politburo members, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, Vice National Assembly Chairwomen Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân and Tòng Thị Phóng, Minister of Public Security Trần Đại Quang, Head of the Party's Central Committee's Commission for Information and Education Đinh Thế Huynh, and President of the Vietnam for the Land Front Central Committee Nguyễn Thiện Nhân. General Director Nguyễn Đức Lợi, Secretary of the Party Committee of the Vietnam News Agency, is among the 180 official members of the new party's Central Committee. Delegates attending the Congress expressed their confidence in the new party's Central Committee as a united and strong collective with steadfast aims towards national independence, democracy and socialism.
The successful result of the election is the direct result of careful preparations. We now have a new committee with great potential, capable of achieving the nation's set targets.
Personnel preparation for the 2016 to 2021 tenure began early and thoroughly. Personnel training, rotation and planning were done methodically, transparently and democratically. These were highly valued by the delegates.
We have great faith that the newly elected officials will be able to lead our nation into a new development period, particularly in building new policies to expand our workforce and intellect.
Delegates said the outcome of the party's Central Committee election reflects democracy, consensus, and a renewal in party activities. They expressed their belief the newly elected officials will have both the talent and moral virtue to lead the country forward.
A frigate of the Vietnam People's Navy is on an official visit to Singapore. The 6-day visit until January 28th aims to enhance exchanges between naval forces of ASEAN countries.
Colonel Tan Kai Chong, Deputy Fleet Commander of the Republic of Singapore Navy and Commander of the Changi Naval Base, said this is the second time a Vietnamese naval ship has anchored at the Changi port. He expressed his hope that the two countries will maintain friendly visits such as this to sustain good relations between the two navies and thus contribute to defending navigational safety, security and peace in the region. During their stay in Singapore, the Vietnamese vessel's crew met with Singapore naval officials and had a bilateral sports exchange. The ship is scheduled to leave the Changi port on January 28 to attend the International Fleet Review in India in February 2016. HQ-011 Đinh Tiên Hoàng is one of the two Gay-Park-class 3.9 frigates of the Vietnam People's Navy. It is equipped with anti-submarine weapons, torpedo tubes, and other modern devices used for detecting enemy submarines. It can effectively fight targets in the air, sea, and underwater.
A strong cold spell wrought havoc on northern mountainous provinces over the past few days, leaving more than 3,900 cattle dead and damaging thousands of hectares of crops.
Suffering from the cold spell since January 24th, Điện Biên province experienced incessant rains and frost in the districts of Tua Chua, Mường Ảng, Tuần Giáo, and Điện Biên Đông. As many as 378 livestock animals were killed by the cold. Meanwhile, 686 livestock animals froze to death in Sơn La province, mostly in Phú Yên, Sốp Cộp, Bắc Yên, and Mai Sơn districts. According to the Provincial Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, hundreds of hectares of crops and fruit trees in Mộc Châu, Vân Hồ, and Thuận Châu districts were covered with snow and at risk of complete loss. Devastating sleet also cost Lào Cai province 32 billion Vietnam dong, over $1.4 million, while 410 livestock animals died in the cold. Snow engulfed more than 4,470 hectares of crops, flower, and herbal plants, 1,300 hectares of which was in Sapa district. By late January 26, 58 communes of 7 districts in Lào Cai recorded from 5 to 8 cm deep snow, an unprecedented phenomenon in Lào Cai City and Mường Khương, Bắc Hà, Simacai, and Bát Sát districts. The cold also killed more than 340 livestock animals, a widespread area of crops and herbal plants in Cao Bằng province. Heavy sleet made Thành Long commune's clinic collapse and damaged several houses. Snow up to 30 cm deep was reported in Thành Công commune. The strongest cold waves since the onset of winter also killed more than 571 livestock animals in Lạng Sơn and some 80 others in Lai Châu province. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, although the wave will abate on January 27, the frigid weather will still be felt through January 28.
Export of agroforestry and aquatic products yielded over $2.3 billion in January, a year-on-year decrease of 3.1%. More details coming up next.
According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, major farm produce shipments brought home $1.16 billion in revenue, up 2.8% year-on-year. Rice exports saw the highest growth, with 495,000 tons sold at $218 million, increasing 56.7% in quantity and 46% in value from the same period in 2015. Likewise, shipments of 24,000 tons of cashew earned $183 million, up 9% and 15.6% in quantity and value, respectively. The volume of pepper exports fell by 30.2% to an estimated 7,000 tons compared to 2015. As such, its revenue was recorded at $67 million, down 31.5% year-on-year. The value of exported coffee and rubber products continued to drop despite high amount shipped abroad. While export turnover of farm produce rose, the figures for forestry and aquatic products followed the opposite trend. Export earnings from aquatic products were $455 million, a decline of 8.8% from 2015. Meanwhile, forestry goods recorded an export revenue of almost $520 million, decreasing 15.1% annually. Last year, export turnover of agroforestry aquatic products amounted to $30.45 billion, representing a mere 0.2% higher than the figure for 2014.
The real estate sector reported a reduction of $78.2 million in inventory in January from last month to an estimated value of $2.2 billion. More in the following report.
The Ministry of Construction said that vibrant transactions in the real estate market have tapered off property inventory in the month. The highest inventory was recorded in residential land with over 6 million square meters worth more than $930.1 million, followed by townhouses. Unsold apartments were calculated at 7,520 units worth $474 million, while that of commercial land was at over 1.5 million square meters, equivalent to $196.8 million. Unsold properties in Ho Chi Minh City were valued at $424.9 million, a decline of $27.8 million from December 2015. Most of the inventory was seen in the apartment segment, townhouse, and residential land. Meanwhile, Hanoi saw a total inventory value of $293.4 million, down $8.5 million from the previous month, mainly in townhouse inventory. However, thanks to good liquidity, low inventory was reported in apartment segment with 268 unsold units worth $13.4 million.
Vietnam welcomes more than 805,000 foreign tourists in January, a 5.8% increase from last month and 12.3% surge from the same period last year.
Strong growth was recorded in Vietnam's key tourism markets, including China, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Russia, Taiwan, and the US. During the month, Vietnam welcomed nearly 150,000 holidaymakers from the Republic of Korea, rising 28.2% from the same period in 2015. Despite economic difficulties, the number of Russian tourists to Vietnam also had up 23.7% from January last year. They are in favor of resort tourism and always splash out a large amount of money during their long stays in Vietnam. The country also enjoyed steady growth from the European market thanks to its visa exemption policy that took effect from July 1, 2015. The number of Italian visitors to Vietnam rose 28.8% from the figure 1 year ago, the sharpest rise in the market, followed by the UK, Germany, Spain, and France. The tourism sector witnessed a drop in the number of Cambodian arrivals, while noticing a considerable growth from the Malaysian, Thai, and Singaporean markets. This year, the Vietnam Administration of National Tourism targets to rake in $16.65 billion from serving 8.5 million foreign visitors and 60 million domestic tourists.
Da Nang City, one of the must-see destinations in the central region, will host an area of entertainment activities to serve local people and visitors during the Lunar New Year Festival. More details coming up next.
The coastal city plans to organize a vibrant music performance on the eastern bank of Han River on the New Year's Eve, which falls on February 7th. Local residents and tourists can queue up along the sides of the dragon-shaped bridge and the river banks to watch the dragon's head spout fire and water, while various colored LED lights illuminate the dragon's body. They will also have a chance to enjoy art fireworks at 4 places in the city. Besides, Da Nang will host several flower festivals and markets at the March 29th Park from January 30th to February 17th. Those who are fond of folk games and tunes can join other cultural activities, including water puppetry shows and by choice singing, a combination of poetry, music, singing, performance, and improvisation.
Fireworks will light up the capital city of Hanoi's sky on the Lunar New Year's Eve with 31 display venues. This information has been released by the local authorities.
Accordingly, spectators can witness high-range fireworks at 6 venues, including Hoàn Kiếm Lake, Thống Nhất Park in Hai Ba Trưng District, Nguyễn Hoàng Tôn Flower Garden in Tây Hồ District, Văn Quan Lake in Hà Đông District, Mỹ Đình National Stadium in Nam Từ Liêm District, and Sunday Town. Low-range fireworks will be conducted at the remaining 25 venues scattered in all the city's districts. Funds for the 50-minute fireworks shows will come from the public. The Hanoi Municipal Heights Command, in collaboration with relevant forces, is asked to ensure safety for the viewers through the shows. On the occasion, numerous cultural and arts performances will also be held across the city.
And that has wrapped up our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye from Hanoi.